Hey there, Ignis Mindset family. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the extraordinary power of your mind to reshape your entire reality. If you've found yourself here today, there's a strong chance you've intimately known that familiar pull, that subtle yet persistent urge to create distance when relationships begin to deepen. You've likely experienced the perplexing internal dance of craving genuine connection, while simultaneously feeling an overwhelming need to retreat, to guard your inner world and to protect yourself from the very intimacy you long for. This intricate dance, this complex pattern, is often recognized as avoidant attachment. Perhaps you've seen it play out time and again in your life. A relationship starts with promise, filled with excitement and potential. But as the bonds of affection begin to tighten, as vulnerability beckons, an almost unconscious mechanism kicks in, urging you to create space, to rationalize distance, or even to subtly, or perhaps abruptly, end things before they reach a point of too much intimacy. To the outside observer, you might appear fiercely independent, remarkably self-sufficient, and perhaps even a touch aloof. Yet beneath that composed exterior, there often lies a quiet, persistent ache for a profound closeness that you find yourself continually struggling to permit into your life. Today, we're not simply going to explore the nuances of avoidant attachment. We're embarking on a journey into a powerful transformative solution that, while revolutionary, is often overlooked in conventional psychological frameworks. Neville Goddard's profound law of assumption. This isn't an invitation to endless years of therapy, though introspection and professional guidance certainly hold their own invaluable place. Instead, this is about unlocking a fundamental truth, understanding the inherent laws of your own consciousness, and recognizing how these laws have, perhaps without your conscious awareness, been meticulously crafting your relational patterns. It's about the profound realization that you, and you alone, possess the innate power to rewrite your entire attachment story, to finally step into and experience the true, secure connection you've always yearned for but might have instinctively pushed away. By the culmination of this comprehensive exploration, you won't just possess a deeper comprehension of the subtle roots of your avoidant tendencies. Far more importantly, you will be equipped with a practical, actionable framework, firmly grounded in Neville Goddard's timeless teachings, to actively manifest a new, secure attachment style and effortlessly draw genuine, loving relationships into your life. You will discover how to transition from a place of fearing intimacy to one of wholehearted embrace, from the habit of pulling away to the beautiful art of leaning into secure, abiding love. Prepare yourself, for it's time to ignite your inner world and profoundly transform your outer relationships. For those who are new to the Ignis Mindset community, or perhaps just beginning their exploration of Neville Goddard's teachings, let's take a moment to establish our foundational understanding. Neville Goddard, a prolific 20th century mystic and lecturer, unequivocally taught that imagination is in fact God. He wasn't referring to an external deity or a distant entity. Rather, he spoke of the boundless creative power that resides intrinsically within each and every one of us. His seminal teaching, the law of assumption, posits a truly revolutionary idea. Whatever you assume to be true within the sacred space of your imagination, when held consistently and imbued with genuine feeling, will, with absolute certainty, inevitably manifest itself within your physical reality. You are, in essence, consciously and unconsciously creating your entire reality from the inside out. This is far more than mere wishful thinking. It is a fundamental, unyielding principle of creation itself, and its applicability extends to every single facet of your existence. Your career trajectory, your financial abundance, your physical well-being, and perhaps most profoundly, the intricate tapestry of your relationship. Now, let's meticulously peel back the layers of avoidant attachment. It's crucial to understand that this isn't a character flaw or a personal failing. Rather, it's a deeply ingrained survival strategy, meticulously developed in the formative years of childhood. Typically, its genesis lies in early experiences, where your genuine emotional needs were consistently overlooked, dismissed, unmet, or in some instances even met with disapproval or punishment. Perhaps your primary caregivers, through no fault of their own, were emotionally unavailable, intermittently intrusive, or simply inconsistent in their responses to your bids for connection. As a vulnerable child, to shield yourself from the profound pain of perceived rejection, abandonment, or emotional engulfment, you instinctively learned to cultivate an intense sense of self-reliance. You internalized a deeply protective belief that expressing needs, sharing vulnerabilities, or daring to rely on others was inherently unsafe, a pathway to potential hurt. Consequently, you developed a subconscious flee response to the very notion of intimacy. When emotional closeness begins to approach, your internal alarm system activates, triggering an almost irresistible urge for space, for emotional distance, or in some cases, a complete internal shutdown. Let's illuminate some of the hallmark characteristics that often accompany avoidant attachment. A profound discomfort with emotional closeness, and the act of truly sharing one's inner world, fears, and desires. An exaggerated emphasis on self-sufficiency, often pushed to an extreme where seeking or accepting help, comfort, or even simple acts of care feels deeply uncomfortable. A tendency to employ deactivating strategies, which are unconscious behaviors designed to create distance, such as finding persistent flaws in a partner, becoming excessively preoccupied with work or hobbies, emotionally stonewalling during conflict, or even fantasizing about an ideal partner who is perpetually just out of reach, ensuring no one ever truly measures up. There's also a significant difficulty in identifying and expressing emotions, especially those that hint at need or dependence. This can manifest as an inability to fully commit to relationships, feeling an almost suffocating sense of entrapment or being overwhelmed by emotional ties. You might find yourself subtly, or not so subtly, focusing on and magnifying perceived flaws in a partner, creating a justification to pull away. And perhaps most frustratingly, you might recognize a recurring push-pull dynamic, where you attract partners who crave closeness, only to find yourself instinctively pushing them away once that intimacy becomes too real. It's absolutely crucial to grasp that this isn't a conscious, deliberate choice you're making. It is instead an automatic protective program diligently running in the background of your psyche, diligently safeguarding an old wound. And precisely because it is a program, it carries the profound potential to be reprogrammed. This, my friends, is precisely where the timeless wisdom of Neville Goddard enters our narrative. Here's where the intersection of Neville Goddard's profound teachings and the patterns of avoidant attachment becomes incredibly illuminating and deeply personal. The law of assumption tirelessly teaches that your dominant assumptions about yourself, about others, and about the very fabric of the world around you are continuously and meticulously manifesting into your tangible experience. For the individual navigating the terrain of avoidant attachment, this often translates into unconsciously assuming and thereby manifesting persistent patterns of distance and an absence of genuine felt connection. Consider this. If deep within your subconscious, you assume that vulnerability inevitably leads to pain or rejection, you will, without fail, manifest situations and relationships that meticulously validate that very assumption. If you implicitly assume that true connection necessitates a forfeiture of your individuality, a dissolution of self, you will find yourself drawn into or creating relationships where you feel stifled, pressured, or ultimately confined. If you harbor an underlying assumption that people will always eventually abandon you, or that you are fundamentally unlovable when truly seen, you will consistently manifest experiences that tragically conform these deeply held, yet mistaken beliefs. Your inner world, intricately woven with these protective, often limiting assumptions, is actively, perpetually creating your outer reality. You might consciously and sincerely desire a loving, secure, and deeply connected relationship. Yet your subconscious unconscious, those deeply embedded programs born from past wounds, are powerfully overriding that conscious desire, manifesting the very distance you desperately wish to transcend. The profound key here is not to try harder to connect, not to force yourself into uncomfortable situations, but rather to bravely identify and fundamentally transform these underlying assumptions. This, precisely, is where Neville Goddard's unparalleled techniques emerge as your most potent and liberating tools. Neville's central, revolutionary teaching is to live in the end. What does this truly mean for someone struggling with the instinctive pull of avoidant attachment? It means to deeply feel and authentically assume the state of your desired reality as if it is already vibrantly true, here and now in this very moment. For someone with avoidant attachment, this transcends merely imagining a partner. It demands that you imagine and viscerally feel what it is like to embody secure attachment within that loving relationship. It's not about forcing yourself into an immediate, uncomfortable intimacy if you're not emotionally prepared for it. Rather, it's about an internal, profound shift in your very identity. You are consciously, deliberately, assuming the identity of someone who is securely attached, who is genuinely comfortable with healthy intimacy, who does trust the process of love, who is able to lean in. You are stepping into the state of the person who already possesses that true, secure connection you yearn for. This understanding is absolutely critical. You are not attempting to change your partner, nor are you endeavoring to force someone to be different than they are. Instead, you are initiating a profound transformation within yourself, a metamorphosis of your internal state, a complete reprogramming of your fundamental assumptions. And as you courageously change, as your inner world shifts, your external reality, including the intricate dynamics of your relationships, is compelled to conform, to meticulously reflect your new radiant inner state. Let's delve into practical application. One of Neville's most remarkably potent techniques is the practice of the state akin to sleep, or sets. This powerful method involves vividly imagining a brief, distinct scene that clearly implies your deepest desire is already fulfilled, engaging all your senses just as you are drifting off to sleep. For the specific purpose of healing avoidant attachment and drawing true connection into your life, your chosen scene must unequivocally evoke the profound feeling of secure attachment. Here's how to approach it with intention and precision. First, identify a specific simple scene. This scene should be a moment that truly only someone operating from a place of secure attachment would genuinely experience. Avoid grand theatrical gestures. Instead, focus on subtle, intimate moments that carry a powerful emotional resonance. Second, and this is paramount, focus relentlessly on the feeling. It's not merely the visual components of your scene, but the visceral sensation of safety, the warmth of acceptance, the profound peace and the effortless connection that truly matters. Imagine waking up next to your partner, instead of that familiar, almost instinctive rush to create immediate space. You feel a gentle warmth permeating your being, a serene contentment. You might subtly reach for their hand, feeling the comfort of their presence, and a quiet, profound sense of home. There's no urge to escape, no anxiety, just pure, unadulterated comfort and belonging. Or perhaps visualize yourself and your partner simply existing in comfortable silence. You might be reading or watching a movie or just gazing out a window. There's no unspoken pressure to fill the void, no nagging anxiety about the stillness. Instead, there's just a profound sense of shared space, an effortless companionship. You feel completely seen, completely accepted, without any judgment or the need to perform. Another powerful scene could involve a simple, gentle touch. Your partner might reach out and softly touch your arm or your hand while you're engaged in conversation or absorbed in an activity. Instead of the familiar stiffening, the subtle urge to pull away, you feel an immediate soft warmth, a deep sense of being genuinely cared for and connected. It feels utterly safe, utterly natural. Or imagine a moment where you calmly, authentically express a deeply held need or a vulnerable feeling to your partner, something that in the past would have triggered immense anxiety within you. Your partner listens attentively, validating your feelings, offering understanding, and you experience a profound sense of relief and safety, knowing that your vulnerability was met with genuine acceptance, not rejection or dismissal. Choose just one of these scenes, or one that resonates most deeply with your own vision of secure connection. Make it as vivid as humanly possible. Engage all your senses. What do you see in this scene? What specific sounds do you hear? Perhaps the soft breathing of your partner, the gentle rustle of blankets. What do you physically feel? The warmth of a hand, the comfortable weight of a head resting on your shoulder, the softness of a touch, and most importantly, what is the overarching emotion? A feeling of absolute peace, of belonging, of unshakable safety. Replay this chosen scene over and over again in your imagination, as consistently as you can, particularly as you drift off to sleep, feeling the emotional reality of it, as if it is happening now, in your present moment. The profound objective of this practice is to deeply infuse your subconscious mind with this new, profound feeling of secure attachment, effectively bypassing and overwriting the old, ingrained programs of avoidance that have dictated your relational patterns. This isn't about mere visualization. It's about sensation, about embodying the state. Neville consistently, powerfully emphasized the transformative power of I am declarations. Your I am statements are not simply words. They are direct, potent declarations of your very being, and they possess immense power in fundamentally reshaping your identity, both consciously and subconsciously. For someone navigating the landscape of avoidant attachment, this means consciously, bravely declaring yourself as someone who is now securely attached, even if at first this declaration feels foreign, perhaps even a little challenging to your current experience. Instead of allowing the old narrative to dictate your thoughts, phrases like, I wish I wasn't avoidant, or I want to be securely attached, you boldly declare a new reality. You proclaim, I am securely attached. You affirm, I am profoundly comfortable with intimacy and vulnerability. You declare, I am truly worthy of deep, unconditional love. You boldly state, I am vibrantly open to receiving and giving love freely, without reservation. You affirm, I am utterly safe in true connection, and with unwavering conviction, I am a powerful magnet for healthy, joyous, and truly loving relationships. These are not merely empty affirmations to be recited by rote. They are sacred declarations of your ultimate being, your true essence. Speak them aloud, write them down, and most importantly, feel them resonate deep within your core. The more consistently and authentically you impress upon your subconscious mind that this is your new true identity, the more your outer world will inevitably beautifully begin to reflect it back to you. Make these I am declarations a constant companion throughout your day, especially when you notice old, familiar, avoidant thoughts or feelings attempting to creep back into your awareness. At those moments, consciously and deliberately replace that old, limiting internal dialogue with these potent, empowering I am statements. This is not a passive exercise. This is an active, conscious choice of your new state of being, a powerful reclamation of your inherent creative power. Neville also gifted us with the profoundly healing technique of revision. This method is incredibly potent for directly addressing and transforming past wounds that contribute to those stubborn avoidant patterns. Revision means consciously re-experiencing a past event in your imagination, but crucially, changing the outcome to one that perfectly implies your desired new state of being. For the purpose of healing, avoidant attachment, this can involve revisiting childhood memories where your emotional needs might have been consistently unmet, where you might have felt dismissed, or where you instinctively learned to create distance and shut down emotionally as a protective mechanism. Instead of passively reliving the pain and discomfort of those original memories, you courageously, deliberately, and lovingly revise the scene. You transform it into one where your needs were unequivocally met, where you felt cherished, safe, truly seen, and deeply loved. Here's how to engage with this transformative practice. First, gently identify a specific memory that carries an emotional charge, a memory where you distinctly felt disconnected, unloved, unheard, or compelled to shut down emotionally. Then transition into your state akin to sleep, or simply a deeply relaxed meditative state. Close your eyes, take several slow, deep, calming breaths, and allow your body to relax completely. Now gently replay the original scene in your mind's eye. But here is the pivotal shift. You then consciously and deliberately change it. If you remember feeling ignored, vividly imagine a parent or caregiver giving you their full, loving, undivided attention. If you recall feeling dismissed or misunderstood, imagine your feelings being fully validated, understood, and tenderly acknowledged. If you remember feeling profoundly alone in a moment of distress, imagine receiving abundant comfort, warmth, and genuine connection. Crucially, as you perform this revision, actively strive to feel the new emotions that accompany the changed scene. Feel the profound relief wash over you, the comfort settling deep within your being, the warmth of unconditional love, the emerging sense of security, the peace of being fully seen and accepted. This isn't about denying your past, but about changing its emotional impact on your present and future. You are literally rewriting the emotional script of your subconscious mind, freeing yourself from the lingering echoes of old pain that trigger avoidant behaviors. Beyond these specific techniques, understanding the very nature of your beliefs is paramount. Neville often spoke of the importance of your inner conversations, the silent, continuous dialogue you have with yourself about everything. For someone with avoidant attachment, these inner conversations might unconsciously reinforce beliefs about needing to be alone, about the inherent danger of intimacy, or about the impossibility of finding someone who truly understands and accepts your need for both closeness and space. To heal, you must consciously begin to revise these inner conversations. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm better off alone, or they'll just get too close and smother me," gently but firmly interrupt that thought. Replace it with the inner dialogue of someone who is securely attached and deeply connected. Imagine yourself having a positive, affirming internal conversation about your relationship, about your comfort with intimacy, about how easily you communicate your needs and how beautifully they are met. Feel the ease, the comfort, the safety of that internal conversation. This consistent revision of your inner dialogue is a powerful, ongoing practice. It's like tending a garden. You're pulling out the weeds of old, limiting beliefs, and planting the seeds of new, empowering truths. The more you cultivate these positive, secure inner conversations, the more they will begin to sprout and flourish in your outer reality, drawing to you relationships that reflect this new internal landscape. Another vital aspect of applying Neville's teachings to avoidant attachment is recognizing the fundamental principle that the other person in your reality, your specific person, your potential partner, is merely reflecting back to you your own assumptions about them and about yourself in relation to them. If you assume a partner will eventually pull away, become demanding, or not truly understand you, they will, in their behavior, mirror those assumptions. Therefore, for true connection, you must begin to assume the best, not just about yourself as securely attached, but about your partner as someone who is loving, understanding, respectful of your needs, and desires healthy connection. See them in your imagination as patient, emotionally available, communicative, and desiring the same level of secure intimacy as you now do. This doesn't mean ignoring red flags if they appear in the physical world. Rather, it means actively impressing upon your subconscious a new, higher standard for how relationships operate and how people treat you. As you hold this new assumption of them, They will either begin to conform to it, or new, more aligned individuals will enter your experience. The journey of healing avoidant attachment with Neville Goddard is one of profound self-mastery and radical self-responsibility. It asks you to look inward, not outward, for the source of your relational patterns. It demands that you take full ownership of your imaginative power, recognizing that every emotion, every assumption, every inner conversation is a creative act. It's important to acknowledge that this process isn't always linear. There will be moments when old fears surface, when the urge to pull away feels overwhelming, when the subconscious programming tries to reassert itself. In those moments, do not despair, and certainly do not judge yourself. Instead, see these as opportunities to apply Neville's teachings with even greater dedication. When you feel that urge to retreat, gently remind yourself of your new I am declaration. I am safe in true connection. When anxiety about intimacy arises, return to your sat scene, feeling the profound peace of secure attachment. When a past wound tries to trigger a defensive response, consciously revise that memory, bathing it in love and security. Persistence is key. The subconscious mind, much like a fertile garden, responds to consistent, heartfelt impressions. The more you saturate it with the feeling of being securely attached, of being loved, of being safe in true connection, the faster your external reality will reorganize itself to reflect this new internal state. This is not about forcing external circumstances. It's about becoming the person who already possesses the secure relationship, and the outer world simply cannot but conform. This journey is an act of deep self-love. You are not just manifesting a relationship. You are manifesting a new, more integrated, more whole version of yourself. You are stepping into your true identity as a creator, capable of crafting a life rich with the very connection and intimacy you truly desire. So, as you step forward, remember this. Your imagination is your ultimate tool. Your consciousness is the sculptor, and the law of assumption is the unchanging principle by which your desires are brought into tangible form. Embrace the power within you to transform your attachment story. Embrace the feeling of being truly connected, loved, and safe. Now, if this deep dive into Neville Goddard's teachings and healing attachment has resonated with you, and you're ready to ignite even more of your inner power, I encourage you to become a part of the Ignis Mindset family. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming profound explorations into the laws of your mind and the secrets to manifesting your greatest desires. Also, if you found value in today's conversation, please give this video a thumbs up. Your likes and comments genuinely help us reach more individuals who are ready to transform their lives. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's one specific I am statement you're going to use to cultivate secure attachment, or one feeling you're going to embody in your sets practice? Share your intentions. Your commitment inspires us all. For those eager to continue this transformative journey, be sure to check out our other videos on manifestation, subconscious reprogramming, and living from the end. There's a whole library of insights waiting for you on the Ignis Mindset channel to further empower you. Thank you for being here, for your willingness to explore, and for your courage to transform. Remember, you hold the power to ignite your inner world and create a reality of true connection. Until next time, keep living from the Nen, keep feeling it real, and keep igniting that extraordinary mindset within you.